There are varieties of animals around us. Some animals are too small, whereas some are too big. Some animals are terrestrial, whereas some are aquatic. Some animals crawls on the land while some swim in water, whereas some do fly in air. Some animals have scales on skin, whereas some have feather or hairs. In this way, there is a huge diversity among the animals too. According to recent studies, it is estimated the number of animal species on Earth is approximately 7 millions, and it is impossible to study each and every species. However, if groups and subgroups of animals are formed depending upon the similarities and differences, it will make it very easy to study such a vast varieties of animals. Animal kingdoms are basically classified into two subkingdoms, non-chordates and chordates. The presence and absence of notochord is the basis for their classification. Today, our topic is chordatas. These animals have supporting notochord in their body. Notochord is present in the body during at least any developmental stage. There are pharyngeal gill slit. They have single or tubular spinal cord present on dorsal side of the body that you will be seeing further. Heart is present on the ventral side of the body. Chordatas are classified into three subphylums. They are Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Urochordatas, they are the primitive chordatas. They are marine. Their body is covered by skin-like test or tunic. For protection, larvae of these animals are freely swimming and notochord is present only in the tail region of larva. Larva undergoes metamorphosis, that is a big change to become adult. And these animals are hermaphrodite. That means the sex organs of male and female will be present on the same organism. Next subphylum is Cephalochordata. These are small fish-like marine animal and notochord is present throughout the body length. They have very large pharynx and they also contains gill slit. They are unisexual. The third subphylum, yes, it is Vertebrata or Craniata. These vertebratas make just 5% of animal species on Earth. Other 95% are invertebrata. Can you imagine if I ask you to name any animals, automatically it will come for a vertebrata, that is just the 5% on the Earth. Well, moving forward, these chordatas have skull with bone and hence they are called as craniata. In these animals, head is well developed and notochord is replaced by vertebral column. Rather, it becomes the part of the vertebral column. Some chordates are jawless, whereas some are with jaws. Subphylum Vertebrata is divided into 6 classes. The first class is Cyclostomata. These animals have jawless mouth and is provided with sucker. Their skin is soft and without any scale. They don't have any appendages and the endoskeleton is not bony but it is cartilaginous. These animals are ectoparasite. The diagram that you see here is of Petromyzon. The next class is of Pisces or fishes. So let's see what makes any animal a fish. Fish live under water. They breathe in water. They don't have lungs but they have gills to get oxygen from water around them. Fishes have scales as exoskeleton, whereas as endoskeleton it's either cartilage or bones. They have fins for swimming. Their tail fin is useful as a steering organ during swimming. They are cold blooded animals. That means they cannot control their body temperature. The temperature of their body changes according to the surrounding. Body is spindle shaped to minimize water resistance, and they lay eggs. The next class is amphibians. They are the group of animals. These includes frog, toads, salamander, and many more. Amphibians like fishes are cold-blooded, but unlike fishes, they can live on land as well as in water. Actually, these animals are strictly aquatic during their larval life and perform only aquatic respiration because of the gill slit. Whereas they can live in water as well as on land during their adult life and can perform both the respiration, the aquatic as well as the aerial. They have smooth, moist skin for respiration. Exoskeletons are absent. Internal ear is absent, but tympanum is present. As you can see, eyes are predominant with eyelids. Among all other vertebrates, amphibians larvae can only undergo metamorphosis. That is, there is a big change in appearance to look like adult. As you know, tortoise, lizard, snakes, crocodile, alligator belongs to the family Reptilia. Like fishes and amphibians, they are also cold-blooded, but unlike them, reptilians are air-breathing organisms. They cannot breathe underwater. Even some reptilian like tortoise living in water comes to the surface for breathing. You can identify the differences among amphibians and reptilians as reptilia have the dry and scaly skin, whereas amphibians have the slimy skin. Most of the reptilians lay their eggs, but they are very different from the eggs of amphibians or fishes. They lay eggs out of water and they have a protective shell over them. External ear is absent and digits are provided with claws. The next class we are going to study is aves. These groups of vertebrates are the only vertebrates that can have feather and can fly. They are very easy to identify. Unlike amphibian, fishes and reptiles, birds are warm-blooded and temperature remains constant. Like reptiles, bird can only breathe in air. They have two legs and the other two limbs are modified into feather. Digits are covered with scales and bear claws. Their jaws are modified into beaks, as you can see. Even they have exoskeleton in the form of feather. Not all birds can fly, but like ostrich and penguins, like reptile, they too lay eggs but have hard shells. The last group of animal we are going to talk about are mammals. Mammals are the group of animals that human beings belong to. Like birds, mammals are warm-blooded and breathe air. Even mammals living in water has to come to the surface to breathe. All mammals have some fur or hair as exoskeleton, although some has more and some less than others. Almost all mammals give birth to young ones instead of laying eggs. And all the mammals feed their babies milk. Presence of mammary gland is typical characteristics of mammals. Mammals are the only animals that have external ear that we can all see. With this, it finishes the chordates. So students, I hope you have liked this video. Actually, animal kingdoms are divided into many different groups based on animal characteristics. To help us understand world around us, say an animal is invertebrate, A vertebrate, a fish, a amphibian, a reptile, birds or mammal tells us many things about them and also helps us to understand their need and behavior. Hence, we should be very cautious about not causing any harm to animals during their study and observation. Until then, be curious,